Well, Mother, here we are. Welcome to the Tap, everybody. I am your host, Aaron, and on location down the dirt road from the Lunchbox is here at down Hubier Lane, the Geerts residence. I'm here with my mommy, Debbie Geerts. Hello, Mommy.
Hello, honey.
How are you?
Good.
There's a theme to every episode now. I'm trying to make things not just a sporadic, asking of random questions, but have a central theme to every episode. And this one, you've reached a milestone in life. 60 years. Sesenta años. Madre.
Thank you.
You don't look 60.
Oh, thanks,
You
honey.
don't act 60. I feel like.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
I mean, how do you think a 60-year-old should be acting these days?
I don't know.
Decrepit,
I've only
old,
been 60 for a day,
for
so.
a day. How's it treating you?
Fine.
60 years?
Yeah.
That's all. I don't know. It doesn't seem like 60 years.
It doesn't seem like 60 years to me either.
Just.
Although somehow I've miraculously have these grown children now, and
Here we are. I don't feel
whatever.
That much. I don't feel like that.
Okay, maybe I won't say girl. I'll say adult children.
Man-child.
Yes.
Man-children.
That's good. Yeah.
How has life changed? One of the questions I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
How has life changed, or your perspective on it shifted from when you were 30 to now?
Well, when I was 30, I had 3 boys, and I just felt so busy that I don't know. You don't think about a lot of things that might affect you as you get older. Mm-hmm. Like, I could have never give a hoot about the government and what the government's doing because I didn't have time to sit down and even think about it, or any money to care about. And not that I have a bunch now, but you just seem to have more time, and it just does nothing but make you mad. So sometimes I think, that being that busy and stuff was good time. It was a good time.
Took your mind off of whatever craziness was going on in the world at that time?
Well, maybe, but no matter what, I think you always have your own. There's always something going on in your world, and it's just whatever it is at the time.
Sometimes the world, as we know, the past couple of years, the world just spills into personal lives, whether you want to or not.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
9/11 is just, I think that's going to be a stamp in everybody's, or chapter in everybody's book. Were you scared for the kids?
I thought you were talking about it being our anniversary.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that later.
I thought you just meant everybody's going to think about our anniversary. Yeah, that was a weird day. You just don't forget. You kind of just think how the day went, and you just couldn't pull yourself away from the TV. And then pretty soon you just had to. It was just so unbelievable. You just didn't think that was going to happen in the United States, And then when it being terrorists, it's just, I don't know. It just
forces you to feel a way you didn't know you thought you'd have to feel.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that's hard to wrap your mind around and believe, and just think how people do that because they dislike us that much. How there's so much hate sometimes.
Are there any other highlights in life up until this point? I mean, marriage would be, I guess, a pretty big one.
Oh, yeah.
What's all that jazz like?
Well, it's good mostly. If somebody said, "Oh yeah, it was fabulous all the way through," and we just cruised on through, but
that's a liar right there.
Well, yeah, but you just have because you are your own person and you have your own thoughts. But if I would have to say, it's been way more on the positive side. And I still do love your dad very much. He still is my person. He's still my favorite person. Sorry.
Smack him around from time to time if he ever get steps out of line, or.
No, of course not. I do not. No, I just step away and be the bigger person.
Oh, very good. And he just so happens to fall, trip and fall into a doorknob in the eye every time.
That's what we tell the emergency room.
Absolutely. No. This is your 5th doorknob.
And then, I'll just different things with you guys is always, you graduating, you going to ad school, just all those things.
To a million different schools. The joke's like, oh, am I going to go to medical school next or law school or whatever?
Well, and if you did, I would support.
I appreciate that.
But all those are things that they're just, even some of the little things, just you guys participating in different things. When you did the talent show in high school,
You're gone.
Afternoon Delight.
Shout out to Robbie.
Yes, Robbie. And I think as you get a little older, you do appreciate just the little things, and there's a lot to be said for just being happy.
There's one thing that I have to talk to old Zach Davis, father too, and just how much effort needs to go in on the parent side to youth sports. And it's all volunteering. I mean, how much of a pain in the ass was that? And do you miss it at all? Like, say, the Pop Warner days of football or soccer or baseball when you're accused of cheating?
Well, Karen and I are cheaters all the way through and through. But
lousy lion cheater.
You know what? I would have never changed any of it. Mm-hmm. I did. When you're in the midst of it, you think, oh my God, if I have to have, a hot dog and nachos one more night for dinner at the Little League Park, I'm just going to die. But now, you think back and it's kind of funny, the things that you thought. But no, I'm glad I participated and got to be there and get to know all your friends. I mean, that was the best. It just...
Little League and everything was such a... I forgot, once Philly passed, it kind of reminded me how big baseball was in my life.
Yeah.
And talking to John Rodriguez, citizen of the year, Little League as well. We spent days, years at that field getting hot dogs, nachos, sodas afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Umpiring. I mean, we grew up on that field. So many kids grew up on that field.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that was good. Sometimes I think, now, because I learned so much doing it, that I think, now not having somebody there, but just be able to share my knowledge, I think, would some of my views be different on some of the rules, some of the things you think? But, I wouldn't mind going back if I didn't have to volunteer to work in the snack shack.
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to go and
who
announce
knows?
And commentate some kids, but...
I might have a granddaughter or grandson that I might have to coach.
That was another further question.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
No. It's always it's like assume that a parent's dream is to get grandkids. And I realized as soon as Skylar told me that I was going to be an uncle, that none of the immediate kids are the favorite. I always thought I was the favorite, and I know I hold a nice warm part in your heart, but the grandkids are by far more favorited. I could just tell. I know grandkids are just going to be the one.
Well, that's what I hear, but I just remember Grandpa Albert told me one time it's so great being grandparents because when you're a parent, you don't have time to enjoy your own kids. Not at all. It's because you're working or running around like a crazy nut, whereas you can just dote on the little ones. So,
what's it like? It sucks I wasn't able to be there for you guys to be told, but I mean, what was your reaction like? And have you, as your son, I apologize it's been taking so long for you guys to get grandkids, but did you ever give up hope on us?
No, and I never would. And not, even that being said, if that's not for you and your life choices, I would never think that any of you guys would have kids just to make me happy. I mean,
sometimes it gets to that point. Not just in general. I'd say for my generation, where some of my friends are popping out kids left and right.
Just for their parents.
Not just for parents,
I mean, that's a long lifetime to. Because once you get them, you can't give them back.
You really can't.
Just big FYI there.
Oh, did you try?
No. And none of them come with a training manual either.
Not at all. Were there any goof ups on your end along the way?
Oh, I'm sure a ton. But again,
there's some great stories.
It's just part of life.
No, I mean, how much did we piss you off growing up? We've had to, knowing me now. There's one time we're about to go to swim practice or something, but it's Skylar and I in the car or in the Beamer, and you're talking to somebody. We were just so late, and you pulled around the gravel, and we skidded out, almost did a full donut, and then we.
I do not recall that time.
It was hilarious. One of those times where like you're scared, you have to be quiet to not make mom angry, but to peel out and just do like an almost half donut. It was pretty fun.
I don't remember that.
But what are you looking forward to most in grandmotherhood?
I haven't really thought. I'm sure each stage will be different and fun, and just doing stuff. Just doing stuff with a little and being able to spoil and take them places, and just hope I can keep up.
You'll keep up. You'll be good. When I went and visited old Taylor Bricky with his son Liam.
Yep.
He and his wife Katie. There was a lot of time just spent just hanging out. They had the carpet and the couch, no TV, and they were just hanging out, just
staring at this thing.
Staring at the baby, just kind of existing.
Yeah.
Which I feel like will be kind of a nice theme.
Well, I look at Curly's kids, and sometimes when we're figuring out what we're going to bring to a family party, she'll say, well, I'll bring the entertainment, and that's pretty much how it is. And I mean, you've been at Lake Tahoe with them, and it's so funny to think back that each of us had 2, 3, 4 kids, and it takes all of us now and their own mother to take care of them. It's like, how did we ever do it on our own?
Takes a village, Mom.
It does. There's something to that. Yeah.
No, this kid's going to be most loved. I feel like it's going to be a daughter. It's going to be a girl.
I kind of feel that way only because Skylar has always thought that he's going to have all girls.
Really?
That's what he's always said. Mom, I'm going to have 4 girls.
To be tormented. 4 girls.
That's what he told me way back. I don't know how he chose that. Yeah.
But it was going to look funny with the little baby bump there.
Oh,
She's smuggling a volleyball.
Yeah, she'll look like a smuggler.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, how did you and Pops react? I was predicting tears from both of you and Father.
I got a little misty-eyed. I don't know. It just took me by surprise. I always thought I'd jump up and down and scream and yell, and I did not do that. I was just kind of shocked, but then it was funny because Morgan had to call her mother, and her mother had to come over so we could hug and jump up and down together.
Oh, very good.
That was fun.
You guys are gonna share a really cool bond.
Oh yeah,
with the baby, and through the marriage and everything. And
yeah.
So, when I was podcasting about it the other day, I just mentioned that like this episode's brought to you by Skylar and Morgan's kids. This next phase, not just for them, but for all of us to have this little around that we're gonna. If anybody tried to hurt this thing, we'd all collectively murder that person that tried to hurt the babies.
Yes, yet we can torment as much as we want, and that's okay.
Well, it's just, it's like when loved ones are in danger, anything like that, I feel like we would all just, claws would come out and we'd all just go crazy.
Yeah.
Shreds. Well, hopefully that never has to happen.
Of course it won't have to happen.
So, Mother, you were an athlete growing up. I'd say still an athlete after getting my ass whipped numerous times by you. You're probably the dirtiest thing you ever did was getting an eagle on 9 at Davis Muni and then saying, "Sorry guys, I gotta go."
That was when you were a grown ass adult, right there.
I was absolutely. I want to say like a year ago or so. You just, sorry guys, gotta go. Chipping it in from 20 yards out, 25 yards.
Well, if you have to have any luck, it's a good thing to have good luck.
It was gross. Oh, luck. I mean, Dad called it one time. I think we're at one of Keith's basketball tournaments in Reno. And he said, she's going to get 3 strikes in a row. We're all bowling.
I don't know.
Bowling, did you have any practice or something before that? Or just...
No.
Where does your athleticism come from?
Granny Barb.
Granny Barb was an athlete?
That's how I understand it, yes.
She was born like a grandma and just had kids or whatever.
Oh, no.
Just immediately...
No, but when you have 6 kids, you kind of,
Well, what would she do growing up, like in high school?
Well... I understand she played basketball, and that was when women could only go to, like, your defense had to stay at half court, and then your offense took over on the other half of court. Torturous, right?
The rules were a little changed.
A little bit changed. She did play the big bass drum in the band.
Really?
Yes.
Is that much of a nerd, huh?
I don't know. I think Grandma had it going on, so.
Band, and the big drum and band and basketball. Anything else that you do, or?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to have her on a podcast and ask her.
That is the white whale. Her and the Grandpa Albert. I don't think they're not game. Gotta get them liquored up or something.
Something, or just like snooker them into doing it. Maybe at her birthday we have a go around or something. Just have it set up and.
That'd be nice. Like, don't even give her an option.
No.
She'll just
that's what I say. Don't give her an option.
Mm.
That's kind of mean of me to say that.
Yeah. And she's like, how old is Grandma going to be?
85?
85? She didn't look 85.
No.
She didn't.
No.
She's just, there's still a lot of
Putting along.
pencil.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like your grandma nickname to be?
I don't know. I haven't really.
Aunt Nance, which
It sounds so good with a Nana Nance, but our grandmas were Nanas.
All right,
I think Nana's a German thing, isn't it?
could be. There's Nana. I know the Brickies call their grandma More. You can.
And that's definitely a Morfar.
a Morfar.
There's more and Morfar, and then if it's like the dad's parents, it's a different name. You'd have to talk to Lauren about that.
I know not these names, but it could be like.
Yeah, because I remember more and Morfar. They used to live with them.
Morfar.
Yeah, they used to live with Lauren's mom and dad up on the hill.
Really?
Yes.
More and Morfar.
I'm pretty sure. I could be
I think
misremembering.
there can only be one more.
Oh.
Let's say that, but for you, I guess the name you can't really force it. It's gotta.
No, and I don't. I mean, if I'm Granny, I mean, some people are like, oh my God, don't call me Granny. It just doesn't
I feel
matter.
like the baby's gonna be like just muttered blah blah blah. Some
As long
gibberish.
as it's not butthead or something like that.
It'll be some gibberish. I think that it's just gonna catch on.
And it's whatever. I'm all good. What is Uncle Aaron gonna be? A funkle?
Sandwich.
A funkle? Funkle sandwich?
Funkle sandwich. that doesn't sounds like a rapper name or something. Can you speak on your husband Benjamin's behalf for being a grandpa? Is he excited for it?
Oh God,
Sure.
yes. Yep. He is.
Expect tears from him. So
Yeah,
to
probably.
have a companion for how many years? This guy? Well, since you guys were like 4?
It will be 39 years, I think, this one coming. Leave it. Oh my
Cats
goodness.
and dogs somewhere.
I think it's going to be 39 years this year.
39 years this year. Well, that's
Yes, it will be.
That's in-season years. What about the preseason years?
Well, I mean, I knew him from kindergarten, yes.
Hey, I know you want to be on the pod, right? Getting through life with this guy. Mm-hmm. How's that been?
Good.
Through the journey of 60 years, been good. That's all. Hey, sometimes that's all it's gotta be. It's been a good.
We've had a good run, Aaron. We've had a good run.
Hey, I'd say, metaphorically, on life's motorcycle, you're the one driving. He's on the side cab. Would you say?
It might appear that way, but I don't know.
I'm lunch and being a bowler.
I know. I'm definitely the side rider.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that title.
Side rider.
Yeah.
So back to athletics a little bit. What was your top sports highlight? Knocking out a girl with your forehead and field
Well,
hockey?
I remember that.
Or did you do it with your club? Like,
no, it
was
was
misinformation going on here.
no.
You attacked this girl.
It was my head.
It was your head.
Yeah.
On purpose.
No. I was just focused on the ball. But
So like what? Oh, you just ran into her, just going for
yeah.
the play.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Field hockey. It was the best sport.
Yeah. Got out some
To
aggression.
run with a stick and whack a ball.
And other girls.
And yeah, if they got close to you, and the only thing was they'd just call you a penalty if you hit them with the stick.
Do you ever call girls a bitch or something like that? You ever
Never.
talking
Never.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember.
You don't. Likely excuse.
I don't know. I really, sports were fun. Now that I look back, especially on some of the movies, I think I was so slow. I don't know how I ever got anything accomplished. But it was fun. I mean, I just, when you're in a little small town, you're lucky that you can play all the things. And it was just something that's what all my friends did. So that's what I was going to do too.
And what was the most points you scored in basketball? Oh, here comes the guy himself.
Oh, so you can ask him a question.
What's up, Pops?
We're podcasting.
We're podcasting. 60 years, man.
Yeah, you need to get out of the screen because it's not you.
35, 20.
And so he can still do.
Most points in a high school basketball for you.
I remember this one, and I don't know if it's accurate. Dad could probably tell me, but I think it's accurate. And I'll tell you the reason why it's a secret. I wasn't a brat. I scored 33 points when I was a freshman.
No big deal. Against who?
When you were a freshman?
I think so, but I could have it all wrong. This is just what my brain is telling me.
Have it all right.
So I did it in 3 quarters because, well, 2 reasons I did it. My friend that played on the team was really awesome. Mm-hmm. So because she was so awesome, it made me be able to score more. But
because you had nothing to do with those 33 points, right?
Well, they were pretty much all layups because I think I may have missed school because of my own choice, and I was being reprimanded the first quarter. So
that was the slap on the wrist.
That was my scolding.
In the first quarter?
Yeah.
I would have taken out the fourth quarter, like have a great game. Like, all right, I know the game's on the line, but screw you.
It was against Gridley, I think, at the fairgrounds, and
you missed school.
Somehow
who are these negative influences on your life that made you skip class?
I don't know. I don't even remember. I just know that I was being reprimanded, so I must have done something.
Did you learn your lesson?
Of course I did.
Apparently
I never.
Not if you go off for 33 right after that. Oh my god.
But Dad scored more in a game than I did
What'd
overall. Didn't you score 34 points in a game?
34.
In a high school game,
Yeah.
I scored. Yeah, and then in men's league, I scored 40.
You're no Cheryl
men's
Miller.
league.
Men's league.
Men's league.
Without a 3-pointer.
Without a 3-pointer?
Yes.
Yet he had some fabulous Hawaiian shorts he wore because his wife at the time fashioned him in Hawaiian gear always.
Give the defenders an epileptic seizure and the hole opens right up. We're talking about how Grandma Barb was a basketball player back in the day.
Yeah, but did she play offense or defense?
I know.
Because
I don't
the
know.
court
I
was
said,
divided too.
Yeah, I was telling him that.
They weren't allowed to vote either or anything. Women.
Well, they probably didn't have as many sports, but I think if they would have, Grandma Barb would have been a little sporter.
85 she's going to be. That's wild.
Yeah.
You thought 60 was bad? 85.
Yeah.
Thought 31 was bad?
How must that feel? I bet you 85 feels just like 60. You're still going, gosh, but you're just kind of mesmerized by being closer to the finish line.
Is there an age you think where it doesn't matter anymore? Like after a certain amount, just getting older.
I thought that after I turned 30, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I've never had a thought. It's just like you got to keep going. You got to keep going to the gym. You got to keep doing all these things to help yourself feel well, and it just doesn't matter.
Jack LaLanne, I mean, he's pretty
Look at him,
his entire life.
Yes, he was.
He passed away. But I feel like my goal, just going for triple digits, and then anything after that is that's just borrowed time. That's just God being like, you know what, Aaron, you're the best. You get a couple extra years.
Terry might still be back there. Okay.
Got a phone call from
yeah, I mean, hopefully I make it to I still feel good, if you have something where you feel like trash and you're just existing.
That a jab at that guy, because he's a trash guy.
Get it.
I think happiness, there's something to say. I mean, the days that you're happier than being pissed off, if you're like living every day angry or holding grudges or whatnot, I think that kind of cuts away at your longevity, but also your quality of life.
For sure.
To hate, which is something that it's not as satisfying to not hate somebody. That's what I've kind of found in my illustrious, experience in life. But I heard a quote.
It's not as satisfying to hate somebody. So it's more satisfying if you have hate in your life?
Someone, you're like, oh, screw you. Like, you hate them and you want them to know you hate them. But there's a quote, I think by Buddha, where hate is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Nothing's going to happen. There's haters out there.
There should be a T-shirt that says that, because I think it's much more peaceful to forgive and move on. Doesn't mean you have to be somebody's best friend or spend any time. Just do not let them take up any mental real estate. Exactly, because you're the one that pays for it.
And what pisses people off more than, say, you want someone to suffer or be angry, but they're just smiling or happy. Nothing is a bigger F you than letting water slide off your back like a duck, I
guess. I mean, I've always thought, if somebody's mad or I know doesn't want to talk to me, that's like more the reason to get in their face and try to.
See, that's why I feel like you're talking trash and field hockey and all
But
that
it's
stuff.
not trash. It's just like,
I'm in your face.
how can you be mad? Just be nice. Just let it go.
be nice.
Just let it go.
It's okay to be angry. We don't need to. We're all in control of how we're reacting to people and how we treat other people. Sometimes we're having a bad day. We just spill over into somebody
It
else
snaps.
for no reason.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. What advice would you give to your younger self? Say you
good
just
grief.
scored 33 points at a basketball game after skipping class.
Don't skip. You could have scored 44 possibly.
Say you're older Debbie coming out of the shadows, like, hey, little Debbie Thomas, get over here.
Huh.
What advice you giving yourself?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one.
Benny, guys, bad news. Bad news, Ben.
I don't really know. I mean, I don't really look back and regret something that went terribly wrong, or I don't have an answer for you.
That's okay. You'd be like, hey, Debbie, come here. I got nothing for you. Go back up in a little while. Sometimes you need to just experience. All of our experiences, good or bad, just kind of make us who we are right now.
Yeah.
And there's no other way it could have went down.
Yeah.
We could regret it now, but it's still not.
And I'm
Do
sure
anything.
there's a million things that I could regret doing or saying or hurting somebody or whatever, but they're not coming to mind.
Not at all. Well, we just scheduled this podcast within, past hour or so.
Yes.
So I'm glad we're able to get together and reflect on 60 years, Mom. 60 candles. That's 60 shots of booze. Possibly. But, sorry, Ragnar's,
I don't think it's going to be.
He's just going to be jumping up and down. So the way I like to sign off of these podcasts, it's called Off the Cuff this segment.
Yes, okay.
10 off the cuff questions that may or may not have anything to do with what we've been talking about. And here we go.
Okay.
The brain turned on. Question 1. Scrapbooking or cooking?
Scrapbooking.
Scrapbooking for sure.
Yes.
You guys used to have some awesome parties, you and your sisters.
It was
growing up.
fun, but it was just as much about being together and just doing something. That's what's so great about crafting and stuff. And
You guys need to bring that back. Have your little scrapbooking parties.
oh goodness, no.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, we go to Tahoe, or you go to Hoobies or something
like-
instead.
It's like just skip the scrapbook.
And
Let's just get to drinking.
just have beer, wine, or something. Exactly.
What's been your favorite food over the years? Say from Nana Tommy or Grandma. What's like your guilty pleasure food?
French fries.
French fries?
I'm a French fry freak.
From Grandma specifically.
Well, Grandma used to make them, but Nana Tommy, when we would go to her house at lunchtime, because she lived right across the street from the high school. So you'd go and she'd make them about a half hour before. And then she had this old furnace that she'd wrap them up in foil. And you'd think that kind of limp French fries wouldn't be the best, but they were just greasy, and she'd do them in her
Salty and
cast iron pan, and she'd make us mac and cheese to go with it. Oh my
You
God.
should have had like cardiac arrest when you were
Exactly.
like my senior year.
Exactly.
They're salted and
Everything.
So they're kind of like soggy.
Oh God,
fries.
but they were so good, and her
Really?
mac and cheese were just. And then when I think it was her sister-in-law and brother-in-law would come from Oklahoma, so their main meal was at lunchtime, and we'd go over there, and they were, Uncle Sherman was like 6'6", and he was skinny as a stick.
Uncle Sherman.
Yeah, that's Grandpa George's brother, and he was they were both skinny. But oh gosh, I can't remember what her name was, because we only met him like 2 or 3 times. Not tall and not a stick, and we'll just leave it at that. But
That's the word you're looking
their
for, man.
whole table, you would go, there would be 2 or 3 pies. There would be so much food. It was awesome.
People in the South or Southwest, like Southeast, the food over there, how they're not all like keeling over and which they are keeling over and dying from horrible diets, but it's hard not to eat that way. It's so good.
Yes,
Down
but
there.
if they're not dying any more so or any quicker than anybody else, then maybe
Maybe that's the
good.
spice of
That's
life.
the good fat cholesterol we shall be eating.
Smoking cigarettes too, why not?
Yeah.
So it sounded like now Tommy made something. Have you ever had poutine where it's just fries and gravy and cheese? It sounded like, do you guys mix your fries with the mac and cheese or just on the side?
No. Just on the side.
Very good.
Dip them in ketchup.
That sounds like a nice little afternoon treat when you.
Yeah, it was fun.
To have enough cholesterol in your.
Yeah. Oh, delish.
Excellent. Wow, fries. Excellent answer. This next one, tough question. I always in this off the cuff I like to ask.
I don't have a favorite child.
No, because we all know who it is. One-on-one naked combat. There's two competitors. They're just going to the death. Nothing but balls and bronze.
Why do they have to be naked?
Because that's how in the Olympics, that's how it used to be done. You know,
No.
stuff and wrestled to the death back in the middle
Why?
days in Greece. Somebody's got to die.
So I'm supposed to pick the naked combat people.
No. I got two people for you to pick. You're going to pick the winner.
Okay.
The wiener. Raggedy Andy versus Woody.
Wow. Wow, that's tough. I think Raggedy Andy.
Raggedy Andy
Yeah.
with his red hair.
With his red hair.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I'd say. I feel like he could take a punch too.
Yeah.
He's very, ragdoll, I guess. And Woody, a little more plastic, a little more.
Got a snake in his boot.
He does. Well, I mean, he don't have boots on like these guys.
Oh, yeah, they'd be naked.
Yeah, it would be.
Huh. Yeah.
Woody would have the height advantage, I think, but I feel like Raggedy Andy does have a little more width, a little more slap power with his mitts or whatever. I give it to Ray. Anyways. What is the... All right, so when you're babysitting Keith Schuyler and I when we're little niños.
Okay, I never babysat, nor did your father. I was parenting you.
And
that's when people say, oh, the dad's home babysitting. No. Dads don't babysit. They parent.
When you were parenting us.
When I was parenting.
When you were parenting, and we would want to watch a show, and it would be out of your control because it's not your house or TV, and we're not your creations. What was your kind of favorite show that we would watch that you'd be like, all right, I can get down with this? Like a cartoon or...
I used to like
something like that.
Arthur.
Arthur's not bad. Arthur was a good staple.
Yeah, but I couldn't stand watching those Rugrats.
All the Rugrats.
I didn't let you guys watch the Rugrats for quite a while.
Watch those. We couldn't watch Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, that I don't know.
Wrestling. We couldn't watch. There's a bunch of stuff that was no good.
Taboo.
But when you rewatch the Rugrats and just really from an adult's point of view, like the writing's super funny. It's for kids, but adults can kind of
right. I mean, that's how Looney Tunes have stayed forever relevant.
Crazy violent, but those parents in Rugrats are the worst, most horrendous, negligent parents. They should all be arrested for child endangerment of all those adventures the kids went on and letting them escape. They're outside the house. They're just doing crazy shit. Those are terrible parents. Stu and I think Dee Dee Pickles. Pieces of crap. Dee. So. Very good. No Rugrats for you. Captain Hook or Darth Vader? Not one-on-one naked combat, but just your preference.
I really don't know Darth Vader except for what you has explained to me, but he seems to be a meaner type than Captain Hook.
A little bit. Well, Captain Hook, because I've been watching Hook
down
the dirt road. Okay. Just that Dustin Hoffman Captain Hook.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, but believe it or not, Darth Vader, yes, he might be meaner. Yes, he did slaughter a bunch of kids, when he was younger.
I wouldn't know. I don't know anything about that.
He turns good in the end.
Oh.
He saves Luke's life.
Huh. Isn't he Luke's father?
He is Luke's father. It's incredible. And then the newer movies just kind of render all the Skywalkers essentially useless in their story.
Oh.
But we're not here to talk about it just yet. So, Captain Hook, was it? What was your answer to the question?
The dark one.
The dark one. The Darth Vader one.
Darth Vader.
Darth. If you could be a dog, which breed would you be?
Oh.
Which type of canine?
Well, if I chose Labrador, I'm sure everybody would like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they just seem most family.
Or a Chihuahua or Corgi.
They're very cute. Although I loved my Holly, my Roddy.
Your Rottweiler?
She was just
awesome.
pretty, but she had some...
Big teddy bear.
Yeah.
What... Because when I was writing down this question, for some reason I thought sheepdog, since that was kind of your your upbringing, John Dog and just those fast.
Well, a lot of them are Grandpa's dog,
Australian
and they
Shepherds.
were working dogs. And when I was pretty young one time, and we had a dog named Gabby, and it was my all-time favorite dog.
Gabby?
Well, Gabby got lost and didn't come home. And so I don't know if there's a story and Grandpa just never told us, or if I think at one time they said maybe somebody stole Gabby because it was a very smart working dog, livestock working dog. So I'm not sure. But it was like after that, I kind of just, the dogs, but they were never really my pets.
Mm-hmm. Just
They had
kind
a
of
job.
somewhat of a separation from.
They were workers.
That's it's tough because you're saving yourself emotion a little bit, but at the same time, the relationship you could have where you're a lot more emotionally invested in the dog.
But Grandpa's dogs were not come in the house and stuff like, oh my gosh, Grandpa would croak if he saw how.
You guys are just babying these guys.
Oh my God! So yeah, all that.
Are
That's just no. We just never had animals like that.
Well, Gabby sounds like a treat.
Yeah.
God, what else? What is your go-to alcoholic bevy?
Huh.
Rum? Rum says
No, I just always. It's not my great thing to do now. I always feel so crappy after I drink a lot.
Drink
so,
rum?
I would just say. I mean, I do like a good mango margarita.
A mango marg?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
not a bad choice.
Although on the ship, I did try it. It's called the Ultimate Cooler. I'm not really sure what's in it. It's a very fruity, sweet drink, but
Dangerous.
yeah, it was yummy. It was yummy,
Absolutely.
but so
The ultra cool. What was it? Ultra cooler.
the Ultimate Cooler.
Ultimate cooler. Did you get like a T-shirt with it or like a?
No, you just
Chicken
got a
nuggets.
glass, and I think it was like watermelon liqueur, and I think it had
glass of
fod.
sugar.
Yeah, basically.
The cat's stretching out. She's gonna.
Hey,
Winnie.
that's Winnie.
Yep, he's gonna check out there. Yeah, there he goes. All right. Are you a summer Tahoe fan or a winter Tahoe fan?
Now
that you've dabbled in both.
I thought I was going to be only summer, and I just figured I'll never go up there. I don't want to deal with the snow, and I love them both.
Love them both. You got to choose
do.
one. One or the other.
If I had to choose, I would choose summer just because I can ride my bike and I can
got
go
you.
to the lake and swim, and you can go on more hikes. I mean, you can do that in the snow too, which Aunt Nance and I are going to be going snowshoeing, hiking. Hopefully not get lost.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, if I had to choose, I would still stick with
I
summer.
got you. I'm more of a summer bird, but I
Yeah.
have more respect for the winter snow up there. It's
Yeah.
just there's some kind of peace or serenity that the snow kind of just emits. It's quiet, and you're just like I'm just immediately relaxed.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, last question. Oh no. Second to last question.
Second to the last.
Tahoe tea or mimosas?
What's Tahoe
Isn't
tea?
your Tahoe tea this is Bobby's drink? The
Oh,
vodka, or is that
Lake
lemonade?
Tahoe lemonade.
Lake Tahoe lemonade. Sorry. Lake
Or
Tahoe
what's my
lemonade.
other choice?
Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Mimosa or
Mimosa.
Lake Tahoe lemonade?
When I have Lake Tahoe lemonade now, I just have the lemonade usually.
Well, now that we have a witness here, someone who's been with Deborah for many, many years, does she? You know how when you drink a lot, you turn into a different person. I turn into Sloppy Joe. Chad turns into Chaz, like when you're blacked out. Who does Debbie Geerts turn into when she's had
Roseanne.
Roseanne?
What?
What?
That awful Roseanne, I hate her. He is
Roseanne
lying.
Barr?
Oh, he's full of crap.
He's full of crap.
Just edit that out because he just did it to piss me off.
Oh no, she's terrible. Terrible. What is this? Who's this guy turned into? Benjamin?
He falls asleep.
Just sleepy?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
let's
very
stay.
good. And last question.
Last question.
Very difficult. What are you getting tonight at Murillo's?
Oh, very difficult. You
Already
could probably. Okay, you tell me.
No, you got to say. You got to explain it to people.
Shrimp tacos and switch out the rice for refried beans. Thank you
Why don't
very
you get
much.
both the refried beans and the Spanish rice?
I just like the beans with the tacos and chips, and more chips.
More chips. They're delicious. Are
Yes.
you a supplementary question? Are you a flour tortilla fan or a corn tortilla fan?
On these, I like the corn
You like
tortilla.
the corn? There's a time and a place. If I were to choose.
Oh yeah,
I'd go
flour
all
for
day.
quesadilla or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a rotisserie chicken the other day too.
Yeah?
Yeah. So what I do when I get it, as soon as I get home, putting all the groceries away, I just take off the top and just one big bite, just chunk out of it, skin and all. Goddamn delicious. It's only $5 from Costco.
I know, but you can get that, and then
So
you can make
get a half a gallon of milk for the...
right, correct. So you can get that, then you can make a couple sandwiches, and then I cut it up, and you can either make tacos or chicken enchiladas. It makes like 3 meals. Very
and
yummy.
all.
Yes, indeed.
Rotisserie chicken, very good. Don't do that. I'm the stress guy. Mommy, we gotta get ready to shower
Go
up
to
and
dinner.
Go to dinner. So
Yep.
thank you for joining me on this episode of
Okay.
The Tap. 60
Thanks.
years in the life, and to 60 more.
Oh.
You got it in you.
I'll try.
You got
I'll
it in
try.
You. You got this.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Aaron.
Hey guys, love you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye, mommy.
Bye.
You lose! Good day, sir!